Welcome everyone to tonight's live. Super excited to be here. I really want to share some information with you today and maybe run through, some images of what I can show you that actually do bring our all this information together. Sorry, just getting organized here. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. And I think also that, for us, it is about, being able to share information and giving people choices. So, here we go. Next 30 minutes is time for you to ask questions. If you've got any, I would really love to hear any questions that you have. What are you looking for? Hi, Jazz, welcome. So, today, obviously, it's it's 6 o'clock. It might not be obvious. It's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. here in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales, where I am. And thank you very much. Hi, Tara. Welcome. Hi, Dickens. Hi, Jackie. And, we've had a day full of rain today. And so it's been one of those days where you just don't feel like doing much. So fortunately, I'm in a position where I only have to do my 2 hours a day, and I can choose when I do that. Hi, Zara. Hi, Lisa. Kit Kat, welcome. Jackie, welcome. Glad to see you all here. Thank you for joining us. So, if you're over 50 and you're still working and wondering how you're ever going to be able to retire without stress, is that a question you've ever asked yourself? I'd love to know, because if you are, then you're definitely in the right place. And, I want to be able to share some details with you today. So drop a yes in the comments if you've ever felt like retirement keeps getting further and further away from you. Is that something that's ever happened to you? Thanks for sharing. Thank you. And hi, Layla. Hi, Cash. No, it's never occurred to you. And look, to be honest, whether you're, 20 or 50, it doesn't matter. At some point, you thinking about retirement is going to have to be an option for you. And if you're only 20 or 30, then if you could start thinking about it now and start planning for that, even better, right? Because the more time you have to plan, you're 65. Wow, okay. Retirement still, if you haven't retired, then it's around the corner for you for now, May. Sorry, I hope I got that right. That's definitely something that, is worth thinking about. Hey, repost. Yeah, exactly. It's something that really should be in the forefront of our mind all the time. So, I was in that position not that long ago. And, in fact, it was really only 12 months ago. I was stressed. I was overwhelmed. I was financially in fear of what my retirement would look like. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hi, Harley. Welcome. Hi, Mackenzie. So, it was a really hard time for me, and it was important because of the situation I was in that I really started to think, well, is this the rest of my life? Is this what it's going to be like? Not sure. Can't really. No, I don't know. I don't see the resemblance. But, we have recurring bills, right? Every month we have more bills coming in. Oh, thanks very much, JP. Yeah, so bills come in all the time. So why not organize to have a recurring income to pay your bills? For me, again, like the rent was higher than than what a pension would be in Australia. And then if you oh, okay. You can see a resemblance. Yeah, maybe I can't see the image clear enough. So that's probably why I don't see the resemblance so much. But yeah, so, if your rent's higher than your income, how do you fix it? Well, you've got to find something. You've got to be open to look for something different. Like nothing changes if nothing changes. And so it's really important that you start looking, for ways around that. And for me, just deciding to or making a decision, because you really do have to make that decision. You have to commit. You have to make a decision and commit to being open to look for something to change the current results. And so, after I went through all this, is this really it? Is this really the whole rest of my life? Is this what my life looks like? Am I going to be working until I was physically unable to even get up in the morning because, whether it was 80 or above, And honestly, that really was only 12 months ago that I felt like that. So, how many of you have been working for decades but still feel financially stuck? Comment, drop a yes in if that's you. I'd love to know. If you've been working for 4 decades and still feel financially stuck, because the income that we earn when we're in a job is very limited. We can't ask for an extra 50,000 a year or an extra 10,000 a month. When you work for yourself, you can literally do that. You can say to yourself, well, this is how much I set the intention. This is how much I want to earn this month. And you go to work. You set out to work to achieve it. Right? So, do you still feel really financially stuck after decades of working? Drop a yes in the comments. I'd love to know. And, the other thing is, even though you might have been able to save some money, does it even look like it's going to be enough for you to retire? I did some sums today and, I just worked it out and I thought the rent versus income for somebody on a pension is, I just went by my rent here. Hi, Simo. Hi, Harley. Welcome. So when I worked it out, it was like $15,000 less a year than what I had to pay in rent. So rents and mortgages are going to continue to go up. There's no doubt about it. Inflation will continue to rise. You're going to go to the grocery store and things will increase in price. And I see it week to week, the price is increasing. Petrol is going to continue to increase. So you don't have control over that. What you do have control over is the fact that you can, hey Jen, welcome. The fact that you can physically choose to find an opportunity where you can earn extra income to cover the shortfall and beyond and make your life very comfortable. Make it very comfortable. Hi, Kelly, welcome. So these are things that, are really need to be in the forefront of your mind if you're 50 and above. No, Jacko, I don't have people I don't know on my lives. I don't share, don't invite them. So if you're worried about running out of funds in your retirement, knowing that you have about 30 years of living to do, how are you going to survive? How are you going to survive for 30 years? You know, how are you going to survive? Do you have an option? Do you have an option that is going to work for you? You know, most people don't think about it until it's too late and you're stuck in that financial jam. So, you know, if you feel like you've got no choice but to keep working, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? You know, for me, it's the stress of having to work indefinitely. It's the fear of, you know, suddenly not being able to work, because let's face it, job security, there is no security in jobs these days. And as soon as you start getting older, people are not, hi Tony, welcome. People do not want older people in jobs these days unless it's voluntary. So it's really important to understand that, you know, you do have a choice in this. You do have a choice to make a decision to change the results you're already getting. And, you know, how many of you have actually looked into building, you know, first of all, investing an amount into yourself? And I don't mean like loads of money over and over and over. I'm talking about one-time investment. Have you ever thought about investing in yourself to build a lasting legacy for an income that works for you 24/7? Hey, Content Magnet, welcome. Thanks for being here. You know, what would that mean to you? What would it mean to you? Hey, thanks. You know, we know that you have no control over inflation. You know that you cannot control, you know, how long you have to go to work for if you don't have a solution. Traditional savings and pensions simply are not enough anymore. They're just not enough. And that makes people feel trapped in the situation that they have to continue to work until they're 60, 70 or 80 because there's no other option or alternative for them. Like I said, those jobs are no longer secure. People, you know, big companies, big corporations are literally terminating loads and loads of employees every year. People who've been loyal employees have now found themselves suddenly, with next to no notice, unemployed. So what's their option? They've barely been able to save enough to get by, you know, week to week, month to month. And now they find themselves in a situation where they're literally out of a job with very little savings, and where do they go from here? And they have no other skills than perhaps what they've been doing, you know, for the last 20 or 30 years. So then there is a very real fear of outliving your retirement because you don't have a retirement fund. You haven't been able to save enough for a retirement fund. And that's a very real fear. So there must be a solution, right? A smarter way to retire. There has to be. And, you know, that's why I'm here, because I like to give people hope that there is an option out there. There is a solution that I found that works for me, and that's to build an automated business working just 2 hours a day. So if you want to retire, you can retire and enjoy 22 hours of your day doing whatever it is that you choose to do, without having tech skills, without any previous experience in the digital marketing space. In fact, that's preferred. And definitely without ongoing costs. It's a one-time investment. Investment. So, the system works for you 24/7. So as soon as somebody is interested and they put their details in, then your automatic system starts going to work for you. It starts turning over the information to convert that into sales for you. And it works. Again, no tech skills. The website's done for you guys. You don't have to worry and stress about building a website. You don't even have to build products. You get 4 streams of income automatically when you join the Legacy Builder program. And there are no ongoing costs. You pay your fee and you pay your $39 website fee. That's it. And it's definitely not about having another job, because you're not going to be pinned to a desk 24/7. It's a proven system that works. It's designed to work for you, and it's designed to work around your lifestyle, not the other way around. So choose a better option. Choose an option that will work for you. And now with this new Legacy Builder 2.0, you are now certified with the blueprint in MRR, because no other person, no other company in the master resale rights space in digital marketing has a certification. So you are seen as the expert. That gives you the credibility. Automatically you are the expert over others. So that means that anybody else in this space are going to find it very challenging to compete against you. There is no comparison. And I don't like exams or tests or, any of that stuff. It's the last thing I want. I didn't go to school and, go to university and get a degree in, whatever. I gave up school early. I left school early at 16, and, I couldn't stand to do an exam. So, this is like listening to a few videos about 2 to 4 minutes long, and you go through those and then you answer a series of questions, which is exactly what the videos tell you. So the questions go for maybe 40 minutes, and that's how it works. So, and it's done, and you get your certification straight away. If I can figure this out, then, many other people can too. But not just that. I am here to help you every step of the way. You automatically become part of a community where people are there to support you 24/7 as well, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world, there is somebody there in your time zone that can support you and help you and answer your questions. So, this is super important. So, timeshares. What do you know about timeshares? I don't know. I know people who've got timeshares and it works for them. So yeah, absolutely. Well, that's okay, Brock. If you didn't, if you don't want to stay, you're more than welcome to leave anytime. That's fine. So how does it work? Well, you get a step-by-step guide. It's all done for you. I'm going to actually go in here. I might just flip my camera so that I can show you what this is like here, because this is pretty much the new 2.0. So you get all this information, marketing strategies, how to attract your ideal client. You get training every week. You get to understand how to brand your business, how to craft your message. The marketing is key because most people don't know how to market themselves. And so, then with the 4 streams of income, then you can go on and you can actually find other ways to earn income, because this is what our mentor tells us in this. Now, Michelle, who is, where is she? I'll show you. Michelle is here somewhere. Michelle gives you weekly interactive calls so that, here she is, so that you get to understand exactly step by step what you need to do to make this business work. But you do have to commit to 2 hours a day. You do have to be coachable, and you do have to do some work. Like it takes a little bit of effort. You're not going to get results if you're going to sit there and pretend that, somebody's going to do it for you. No, that's not how it works. So Michelle is our mentor. In this business alone, last year, she earned over $4 million, and her strategies work. So she shares that with us. There's no extra cost for that. This is the page that you'll get if you want the link. We just ask that you put your email address in there, and it will take you through to the next page, which is this page here. It'll drop a video in first that you listen to, and then it will take you through here. And then, you have an option to, move from there. Get to learn what this industry is about and how to earn. $29 million in 10 months was earned by the members. Now that's 100% profit. No member shares any part of their profit with anybody in this business. It is purely all part of, how this business works. One customer puts you in profit mode. It's licensed. There's the licensing rights. Testimonials on how people have already done it. That's my spiel. And then perfect if you want to make extra income from home in 2 hours a day without interrupting your current life. You can use that 2 hours however you want. You can do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at lunchtime, 30 minutes on the way home, and, maybe a few minutes at the end of the day after dinner. But it's not for you if you expect results without putting in any effort, because it won't work. It's not for anybody who's not prepared to take action. It's not for people who don't want to create content. You don't have to do live videos, but you do have to create some content. If you're not coachable, then it's not going to work for you because you've got too much resistance there to actually learn and understand. And it's not for people who want somebody else to do all the work. You don't share your profits, so nobody else does the work for you. It's 100% profit to you. And if you don't have tech skills and not prepared to learn some really basic tech skills, and I mean basic. It's like, here's the video, do this, click here, this is, and then put this in. That's how simple it is. I'm not tech savvy at all, but wow, you know, this really worked for me. I did it all myself. And, you know, if you're not willing to invest in your business, so whether that one-time investment is something you're not prepared to do, whether it's learning marketing skills, training, or, you know, successful people invest in themselves. It's just how it is. And then this is the community where we have our wins. Like, let's have a look here and find something. Legacy Builder, one Zoom call. Okay, so somebody did a Zoom call in their community that they're building. First Zoom. Like, wins don't need to be monetary. 26 new leads. Wow. You know, 26 new leads. Real people, real results. $3,000 earned before lunch. I mean, wow. Lizelle is actually a 7-figure earner. She's made her first $1 million. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's 103 6-figure earners, and 3 of those 103 are over 500,000 this year already. So, you know, another $1,800 day. $1,800 day. Daryl's another one. He's on his way to the $1 million. I helped another customer. See, this is what it's about. It's about helping. And this is the back office where everything is done for you. This is what I was showing you before. So guys, you don't need to be an expert because you have everything there, learning everything and how it all works step by step, just like I did. But the beauty of this is that you literally get, you know, all the training that you want. Well, 400 followers, this is not my first account, so I guess you sort of missed something along the way. Yeah, I literally have had more than one TikTok account, so might only be 400 on this, but my previous accounts had a lot more that were shut down. So, you know what I'm saying? Things happen, you just keep moving forward. There's always going to be a bit of a, you know, people are always going to find a road bump to get over. Find solutions. That's what I say. We have to be solution oriented, because if we're not, then you're always going to be stuck in the challenge, stuck in the negativity, stuck in the, you know, in the lack, stuck with a scarcity mind. So move forward, move past that. Let's just, you know, find solutions and go from there. Hi, Rari. I hope I said that right. Sorry. So yeah, that's how we do it. So if by any chance you are even just a little bit interested in earning 100% profit on every sale that you make, hi Jacob, welcome. And, you know, just imagine waking up in the morning with knowing that your, you know, finances are handled instead of stressing about bills in your future. Knowing that your bills are paid, no more stress, no more worry. Because you deserve a retirement that really feels secure and fulfilling. Not one that's filled with stress and uncertainty like mine was a year ago. So if you're really serious about changing your financial future, then comment retire below. I will absolutely get back to you with the details. And you know, the best time to start was really 10 years ago. The second best time to start is right now. So if that is something that you're looking for, then there is a link in my bio. So just go up to my name at the top and click on that link, or feel free to comment retire, and I'll definitely send you through the information. So who's ready to take action? Drop a yes in the comments. Drop a yes in the comments. Let me know who is ready to really change their future life. Yeah? And I will be back, not tomorrow, but the next day on my live, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. And I really do look forward to seeing you all then. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your